Hello everybody, I'm in a Gleipnir episode 9 anime review. This episode, we got introduced to basically our new antagonists, I guess we'll call them. Our big bads for a little bit, probably only a couple episodes, but hey, they're there. Also, I mean that was the main thing. There was we learned Handsome Guy's powers, and also I wrote down his name. It was Yota, I think. I'm gonna have to look because yeah, Yota was his name. That's pretty much, they began their trek towards the spaceship is the gist of basically what happened this week. And it was a solid fine, you know. Not one of the stronger episodes IMO, but it was still fine. So, yeah. Anyway, let's jump into the episode, see how it all went down and everything. Let's do this. As I said, the gang begins going after the ship. The gang consists of the people that we've met, the new group. I'm not going to name them all. That would be silly. The leader gives a rousing speech in this opening bit about how we are all still people, damn it. I was really half expecting Claire to end it up with like, yeah, can we go now? You know, she doesn't seem the type to really care much for rousing speeches, and I'm sort of the same way, unless it's really rousing, which this was not especially. But what can you do? They begin their trek. There's an empty battlefield, which seemed to be where Shuichi and Claire fought the guy whose name I've forgotten. There's a strong guy, like Glasses guy sees a corpse, which then clues him into the fact that they're hiding something, Shuichi and Claire. Somehow that kind of makes the connection. I don't know if it was the same corpse as before, but he clues in on something, basically. They have to go through someone else's territory to get to the ship, so they decide, let's not do that. The camera guy has got he's got spy footage of the enemy, basically, enemy approaching. So we can't go through there, let's go around through the mountain. Not much to comment on here. First thing, Invisigirl saves Leader when she falls and blushes, so I guess she's into Leader and wants Leader. She's thirsty for the Leader, I assume. And then after that, the plant guy makes some watermelons, which is a hell of a good use of that ability. Infinite food, essentially. And they all eat watermelons, and it's all calm and peaceful, and it's the definition of calm before the storm. So, yeah, that happens. After that... Oh, also the cat girl, whose name I've forgotten again. Is it Yoshioka, or is that a different girl? I can't remember. The cat girl, she's also contemplating whether to tell everyone, or she's about to tell everyone, but then doesn't, that, hey, someone's actually already got 100 coins. You know, from the phone call last week. I was like, that's probably something you should tell the group, you know, but she's keeping it to herself for now, which... I know she was about to say, but then got interrupted. Seems like it's something you should have started with. Like, hey guys, I know we're going to do this. Here's what I learned. You know, it's pretty important information, I would say. Anyway, yeah, after that, Claire says they get to an open-ish area. Claire says it's weird, you know, the market where the mark was. Basically, it's a trap. Admiral Akbar, they're in this open area where they're easily to be spotted. There's enemies, you know, they see the enemies. So they start running, and everything. The enemies, their strategy is just capture one, and that'll cause the rest of them to fall in line. Interesting strategy if you care about your teammates. I wouldn't say Claire particularly cares, you know. Shuichi's too nice, so he probably would. Claire wouldn't give a crap about her teammates. She's ready to abandon them. That's just what I think. But yeah, just giant centipede guy chases them. And he's got a pretty creepy design. He's got like 6 arms and loads of centipede legs. And yeah, I mean, he comes off as a real one-off villain, especially with what happens in a minute. But yeah, his design's cool. Shuichi prepares to fight this guy to give everyone else time. Well, no, yeah, to give everyone else time to escape. Claire quickly cottons onto the fact that Mr. Centipede is stalling, so begins the attack. The leader, after a bit of a scrap, Claire gets knocked aside. The leader ends up getting grabbed and held up, and starts getting groped, which, hey, at this point, it's not a surprise, is it? It's just what we're used to at the moment. It might be a bit distasteful. That's kind of what this show is at this point. If you're still complaining at this point, kind of feel like you're watching the wrong show. It's very in character for this show. But yeah, his group, the bad guys group, they're going to get all the coins and do whatever they want, you know. They're not caring about morality, doing basically what's fun, what makes them happy. Which is an interesting, well, I mean, I'm not going to say it's a wrong thing to do, but it's certainly not the right thing to do. Let's just say that. Tries to get him to join. Centipede dude does. As a threat, he shows the head in a bag of that girl from way ago. I can't remember what episode it was. She fought the guys and got her head cut off, it turns out. Ages ago that was. I can't even remember how many weeks ago. But yeah, her head's there. The boss killed her, he says. So the boss is obviously going to be the final boss of this arc, I guess. Handsome guy, Yota, he sees the head and is like, man, she was just my type. And then he starts giving us his backstory. Not super detailed. Basically, he hurt a guy quite badly with just his fists before he became a monster, so had to leave school. And then he became a monster, so he's pretty damn strong. Yeah, he's, as I say, super strong. Breaks the centipede's arms and then punches him so hard his jaw comes off. Big old One Punch Man energy coming off right there. Not quite as strong, obviously, but yeah, then he stomps on him a bit in anger. But he eventually gets calmed down. I believe Leader calms him down. So he doesn't kill him. He leaves him alive. Ship's just ahead, so they go off to go do that. Good stuff there. Yota is it's nice to know that at least one of the others can fight somewhat effectively. You know, I'm thinking through them all. The others don't seem like much fighters. So at least Yota and Shuichi, that's 2. You know, that's better than 0. And that is all we can really ask. The bad guys show up to find the centipede dude. They're all like, yeah, let's kill him because he's useless now. He's got no jaw. His arms are broken. He's a bad guy, basically. He's no use to us anymore. And then the leader shows up, or the boss, just to differentiate the two. Boss shows up and is like, idiots, I'm not going to kill him. I don't abandon my people. And then he like rips his own tooth out as a way of like sharing pain to show that, because obviously he can't be too soft, otherwise everyone will start turning on him. So he rips his own tooth out, basically to prove a point. Centipede dude is still alive and everything, and the boss is like, I'm gonna go get him. So then our good guys, they set up a tree barricade so they can't follow him, basically. Doesn't work. The boss breaks through the tree barricade and smacks plant guy around a bit. He's gonna kill tree guy. For a second I thought he was gonna impale him with the tree stump, which would have been cool, but he didn't do that. He got interrupted by Yota, whose punch again showing he's not quite a Saitama. His punch didn't do much to the boss, and so then the boss turns around and sees Claire, which is who he sets his sight on. He's like, that's a Claire over there, I'm going to go over there and deal with that. She's getting inside Shuichi to, you know, power up and all that. So he sees her and then focuses on her, ignores everyone around her, which I guess is good for everyone around him, sorry. Which is good for everyone else, not so good for Claire and Shuichi. Yota gets smacked at this point as well, like a backhand tree hit. That's pretty cool. And then when he arrives at Shuichi, he's like, what are you, man? What are you, Shuichi, Claire, fusion bro? And that was where the episode ended. As I said, in the grand scheme of things, what did we really do? We began the search for the thing, the spaceship. There was a cool fight with the centipede dude. Yota's got power. We basically got introduced to the bad guys for this bit. The boss guy, he looks like, he's got like, you know, I'm not going to say, he's got a face only a mother could love. Let's say that. And he's like, his transformed form is like a giant ape or something. Something to that effect. Yeah, you know, was expecting his monster form to be a bit more out there, if that makes sense, considering, you know, the centipede dude was pretty creepy. He's just like a big monkey type thing, which is fine, I guess. But yeah, this episode, I honestly don't have too much to say on it. The groping and stuff, you know, I mean, I don't want to say I'm used to it, but I'm expecting it of this show now, which, yeah, hey, don't do it in real life, and that's all I can really say. Of course, most people are not going to do that in real life because they're sensible, without permission, of course. Why am I saying this? Anyway, yeah. Other than that, the baddies, they just seem like they're just a bad group. Maybe the boss has got a tragic backstory. Who knows? But they all seem to trust the boss, so maybe he like saved them and everything. I think there could possibly be more to it. Wouldn't surprise me if they go down the route of the don't really explain them. They're just baddies, you know. They might just go with that. Again, I think her name's Yoshioka, the cat girl. Want to see when she's going to flip and tell everyone else what she learned. That seems pretty important, as I said. Probably should do that. But yeah, that was this week's episode. It was fine, I thought. It was just fine. Sorry this episode is late, by the way, my review. I was out, so there's that. It's still coming out today, though, probably. It should do. Don't actually know what the time is. But hey, it's good. I will see you next week for another episode of this. Take care. subscribe and stuff if you're not already for more reviews. That would help me out a lot. See you next week, as I just said. Take care, as I just said. And bye, guys.